Today we've announced some great news for the City of Liverpool and of course for Everton Football Club. Two significant statements have been made. Everton have secured the land at Bramley Moore and Liverpool City Council is entering into an arrangement with Everton Football Club that enables them to secure finance for the development of a new stadium moving forward. I'm submitting a report to Cabinet which gives full details of the deal for Liverpool City Council. It's actually going to not cost the ratepayers of the city anything. It's a great deal for us. Not only is it a great deal financially that enables us to invest that money into services, but what it also enables us to do is kickstart the regeneration of North Liverpool. You'll have heard us talk about the 10th Street, you'll have heard us talking about 32 million in new road infrastructure. We've got the Isle of Man Steam Packet Company moving in on a new berth. We've got a £50 million development in terms of a new cruise liner facility within that particular area. And so this is not only a new chapter for Everton Football Club, but it's a new chapter for North Liverpool and for the City of Liverpool. So I welcome people having a look at the report. I welcome people, if you like, scrutinising the report. I'll be taking it to the Regeneration Select Committee and I'll be taking it to Cabinet. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a great deal for Liverpool City Council, working with one of the finest institutions in our city, Everton Football Club, and it means that we can secure a future for Everton Football Club, but also, as I said, and keep repeating, and will keep repeating, a great deal for the City of Liverpool. So read the report, have a look at the information that's coming out, and I'm sure you will agree with me that it's beneficial for all parties concerned. And also I'd like to pay tribute to Peel Holdings, who are working alongside us, not only in the development of Bramley Moore, but also around that particular area as well. So, as I said, for me, a great day as an Evertonian, but an even better day as Mayor of Liverpool, that we've reached an agreement with Everton moving forward.
Welcome to Toffee TV. We're on Facebook for this breaking news. Everton have done a deal with Peel, which will see us hopefully move to Bramley Moore Dock to be our new home. I'm just trying to get the statement up on my phone, and my phone has decided to go mental. It's all the people trying to get on the Everton website, I think. So yeah, obviously the news came out a little bit earlier today. A lot of the newspapers jumping the gun on what had been said. They went in to see Joe Anderson at 11 o'clock to get their interviews. It was embargoed till 5 o'clock, but Everton have agreed terms with Peel to acquire Bramley Moore Docks. Now, me and Baz were down there last week. We put a little video up. You have to make sure you look out for that. It's already on YouTube. Everton and Liverpool City Council are set to agree the principles of an innovative financial model that will support the club's ambition to build on an iconic waterfront stadium at Bramley Moore Dock. Earlier this week, Everton and Peel agreed heads of terms to acquire a estate of Bramley Moore Dock, which forms part of a £5 billion Liverpool Waters scheme from Peel Holdings, subject to planning consent. The announcement follows detailed negotiations between Peel and Everton Football Club, brokered by the Mayor of Liverpool, Joe Anderson. A report will be presented to the Council Cabinet next Friday, 31st of March, recommending that the City Council progress heads of terms to create a new special process vehicle company which will take the lease of a stadium from a funder and in turn sublease it to the club. Okay, that's quite heavy. The recommendation being presented to the Council's Cabinet follows months of talks between the club and the local authority, and following the advice of independent financial and legal experts who reviewed Everton's robust business case. Under the proposed financial structure of the SPV, the Council will not provide any finance for a new stadium, which is anticipated to cost in excess of £30 million, and will be fully funded by the club. Robert Elston, Everton's chief executive, said, "Over the past year, the club has worked with the support of the council, and we are grateful for the can-do approach that has got us to an important milestone. We are particularly grateful for the role the Mayor has played in date in our talks with Peel, and for the support in the major step in the journey towards reaching a funding solution for the stadium. We are delighted to have been able to agree heads of terms with Peel, giving us control of Bramley Moore Dock site and allowing us the time we need to complete the substantial work further required to be able to confirm the project's viability." We can now move forward with the next phase of work, which with much greater confidence. Clearly, it is vital we have clarity on the cost. We have to recognise that the stadium will significantly more expensive at Bramley Moore Dock. To get that certainty and ensure the stadium is affordable, we need to confirm the stadium design, capacity and configuration. And to do that, we need to talk to fans, partners and all the stakeholders in the project. We are committing to that consultation. We've also committed to keep fans fully informed of the project as the project develops and other milestones are reached. We are keen to stress not only the scale of the work ahead but also the remaining risks and uncertainty. We are delighted with the secured the site, and we're equally delighted that the Mayor is continuing to support our financing model, but significant hurdles remain, not least the preparation and submission of the detailed planning application. Receipt of successful planning approval at some point early next year will most significant step towards bringing the stadium to light. The council will benefit from the annual security fee payable by the club to the return for the council's participation. The support provided to the club will not impact the future borrowing needs and involves no financial outlay for the council. The proposed stadium will be a catalyst for economic regeneration and job creation in North Liverpool, and will complement the city's proposed £100 million regeneration drive in the surrounding area, which includes a new cruise liner terminal and recently launched master plan for the 10th Street area. Mayor of Liverpool Joe Anderson said, "I'm delighted that we have got to a stage where the city and Everton can publicly share the vision for the club's potential new home at Bramley Moore Dock. I understand that creating the financial agreement is a small step in a long journey for the club, but it is the first step for the reason it is a special moment in the city's and Everton's long illustrious history. If things progress as we all hope, it marks the beginning of a new and exciting chapter. The proposed new stadium will be a landmark for the city's spectacular North Liverpool waterfront and a powerful statement of intent for the club and the city of Liverpool that will resonate globally. From the city's perspective, the stadium would complement and accelerate regeneration plans already in place for North Liverpool, much like the way our partnership with Liverpool FC in the Anfield project did the stadium extension, which has benefited the wider Anfield community. Today's announcement follows on from Peel's declaration at the MIPIM property conference last week of other deals totaling 300 million of investments in Liverpool's water scheme. And then there's a big statement from their chief executive, and I think I've already said enough. What are your thoughts on this?
As they've said, today's the start, isn't it? And I know I think the idea that people thought that today there was going to be some kind of loads of plans, and or even just the fact that like today was going to be the day where you just seen it and the next stage was going to be the spade in the ground. That's not how massive projects work.
No, you've got to have a starting point, haven't you? The fact that it's all public shows you how far down the line it is. You know, obviously they've got to be very cautious with what they're saying. You'd expect that, but you'd have day one of any project. Doesn't necessarily mean it really is day one. Day one would have begun months and months and months and months ago. The fact that the architect Dan Mice has been over here on a number of occasions will suggest that the project is further on than what we're led to believe. But this is a significant hurdle that we've got over today.
That's the first thing. By the way, if you're watching live on Facebook, leave us a comment, tell us what you think, and we'll obviously get straight back to you on that. Well, it is, isn't it? Because this again, we've talked about with the Mashiri era. We've talked about tangible things. We know for a while that a lot of things were going on in the background, but this is sort of the first tangible thing. But it has to be put in public. You know, you can't do these things behind closed doors. You've got to do them in public. Now this is the first step, and there could have been a hell of a lot of work done just to get to this place. This place basically says that the land is ours. The way it's funding is sorted. They're two massive things. Because one big question was always, how are we going to pay for it? That's now sorted, pretty much. The next thing was, can we get the land that we want? We wanted Bramley Moore Dock. We didn't want to go to Croxteth, no disrespect to Croxteth, but we didn't want to go there. We wanted a big iconic stadium. That's secured now in terms of we've done the deal with Peel, and it's ours to sort of lose, if that makes sense. The next stage will be submitting the plans, going to the council. Now, unless, I mean, you can't always be sure about these things, but unless there's some ridiculous eyesore which you wouldn't expect, you'd expect the council to say yes, unless there's some really, really silly reason, like it's in the shape of a donut or an elephant or something, you know what I mean? Like some really, really silly reason that would, you know, for them to say no, we can't have this on our skyline or whatever.
Yeah, but you don't. Everton wouldn't have gone. There's processes involved in everything. If you've ever had building work done, you know, an extension on your house or whatever, all of the groundwork that goes in before you put those plans in, and those preliminary plans are approved before you can do anything. Then you'd have a building inspector that comes up and checks that you're not changing anything or whatever. That will all be underway with Everton. It's not got to a stage where they've gone, right, we'll just buy this land. Right, now let's see if we can put a stadium on it.
Yeah.
Joe Anderson's been involved all the way here.
Yeah.
Right, and for these, you know, for the people who are worried about where they're going to walk the dogs or the small ships, just think that Joe Anderson has just done this on his own. It's utterly ridiculous. He's only as powerful as the team behind him. If he's got 10 people there going, Joe, nah, not happening, it wouldn't have got anywhere. The fact that it's, of course, it's great for us, but it's a fantastic project for the city in itself. It's a big money spinner for the local council. It's a big money spinner for the local economy. Everything bodes well, and he's been involved all the way along. And so he will have looked and gone, yeah, that would probably be past that thing, and that's how Everton will start there.
Yeah, and it's took a year, hasn't it? You know, it's took a year to do. These things don't, you know, for something to take a year to have done all the groundwork. Peel are a big company. They're not going to ask about with someone just, you know.
Notoriously difficult to deal with.
They were very sceptical at first when this was. They didn't want to talk about it. In fact, they didn't really want a stadium. I don't think at the beginning, like, you know, but they've worked it all out. The funding will come. Everton will have secured funding. The council are the guarantors. It doesn't mean they're paying anything. So those people who are worried about, you know, getting the bins every 3 weeks or something, not the guarantors. And for being the guarantors, they will earn £4 million a year. There you go. They will earn £4 million out for doing nothing.
For nothing. Makes the council £4 million a year.
Exactly. So they will earn £4 million a year for doing nothing. So the idea that someone will turn it down. Are there any reasons to, you know, if it was green space, fully understand if there are. I can't see legitimately, and this is not just me talking because I'm an Evertonian, I honestly can't see any legitimate arguments for why you can't build on that land. They are building on that land anyway, so I can't understand any legitimate reasons why they wouldn't put a stadium there that will generate millions of pounds for the council and for the economy and for people to work there, and Beyonce and Lady Gaga and the Foo Fighters, and we're not letting take that in because they're massive Tories. But you know, all these other things, monster trucks. I have a monster trucks, don't care.
It wouldn't have got. It literally wouldn't have got as far as it's gone. I don't believe Everton wouldn't have purchased land, which is basically what they've done today.
And the flip side is what people have got to remember as well is think about the other ones. Think about the King's Dock. The announcement, the pictures, they came first, and then the ring fence money. The ring fence money wasn't secure to buy the land. This is the opposite way round. We started with small expectations. You can sort of understand that after Kirby, after the King's Dock, and a little bit like Walton Hall Park. All right, that really didn't get off the ground, but someone leaked it, and it presented itself. This, they've said, right, we've done this, and now we go to the next stage, and now we go to the next stage, and they're not making a big deal out of it. They haven't made a big deal out of it with the press release. People were expecting shiny models and damn mice to be pulled out. Oh, there we go, lads, this is what it's going to look like. It's very understated. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be. The council and Everton Football Club releasing their statements and just being first stage done. Let's move on to the next one. And I think that's how fans have got to treat it. Not in a like, oh, this could fall on its arse at any moment, but it's on its way. We're doing the job. Now put it to the back of your mind in a way, and let's get on with the football side of things.
I think we'll all be happier when we see some of the shiny Hollywood glitz style. Of course we will, because it gives us an image to hold on to. It will, mate.
No, but I was going to say I'll be happy when planning permission will be my...
Of course. Listen, it's... With everything, you have to always maintain caution. Yeah? But my belief is it just wouldn't have gone. This wouldn't have happened today if it wasn't. I don't want to say it's already all done and dusted. But,
no, of course not.
But my belief is it wouldn't have got as far as it's gone if it wasn't basically all done and dusted. Because that's how this is a big corporation.
It's a big
business.
It's a big business. I mean, we'll see what happens next. Now we'll see what the next thing will be. I'm sure Robert Elson said they're going to set up like a working group. They're going to have to go into everything for the planning permission. They're going to have to people will probably want detailed reports on the financing and how that affects the city council. They can fully understand that. With the money, people talk about the city council and the money it's got, and it hasn't got much money. But this is another clever way of... I mean, the council will be earning... Not only will they be earning money off the stadium, they'll be earning money off Finch Farm. Finch Farm. So they're earning excess of £5 million a year off Everton Football Club. So, look at it from that point of view. People want to say... The council... You got to look at this. Will Everton default on the stadium? No, pretty much. And the council get £4 million just for having the name on a piece of paper. So if anyone wants to moan about who's paying for it, I don't. It's effectively like Liverpool Football Club, and he's mentioned that in the statement as well. He's mentioned that.
Has he?
He said it's like the deal. It's like we're helping Everton like we helped Liverpool, and they'll do the roads, and they'll do. Hopefully the railway, whether it's a new station or this phantom rail line that people are talking about, which I just think it's not going to happen. But but don't forget, they're not just putting Everton Football Club down there. Peel are regenerating the whole area.
Yeah.
They're talking. There's going to be a cruise liner. There's going to be all those offices. All that has to be done. It's not just we're building a road for Everton. This is part of a much bigger plan, and that's what people have got to remember. We are part of this. It's not all the money's not just being spent on Everton Football Club. All the
infrastructure's going on, the regeneration of the whole area, and that's the key to it. We're just part of that area, and we're a bloody great part.
Exactly, and it doesn't affect anyone's houses apart unless you live in a tobacco warehouse. We were down there. Watch the video after this. We were down there. It's at the moment. There's nothing down there. There's it's
derelict.
It's all everything down there is all factories and scrap yards and stuff like that. And where we went with the Bramley Moore Docks, where they parked the tugboats, and there's a pallet place, and there's a Terry's Timber over the road, which you could probably move anywhere. It's a nice sweetener, and there's like a warehouse. Those things can all be moved. It's incredible. It's not going to affect. It's not like Kirby where you're building on a big park and it's next to a college, and Tesco wanted to rip up the city, the town centre. It's not being built on green space like Walton Park. Yeah. In fact, Croxteth was green space right next to the River Alt. So it's perfect. It is perfect. And if anyone wants to moan about it, they're moaning because they're jealous and the bitter. So we'll see who the bitters are in the city now. Let's have a little. We've had a few tweets come out. Not tweets, Facebook comments. Dave Phillips says, "Great news, perfect solution. Don't screw this up." Let's have a look. Jay Jones says, "Get in, Ped, Baz. Let's just hope Everton don't do an Everton. Get through this and not another mess up." We're hoping that doing an Everton is going to become a positive turn.
Doing things spot on.
Yeah, doing things in the right way.
Sherry, that's what doing an Everton is.
Craig Macmillan says, "Will they have to fill the dock with concrete to start construction?" Yes, they will.
Because otherwise
it'll fall into the water. Listen, they can do that. They can do that. No problem. They'll create a barrier. They'll drain it, and then they'll fill it in. It's not going to affect the environment or anything. It's honestly, it's fine. It's fine. Don't forget, it's a dock. Stephen Cowley says the city is all ours. Connor Pickford says this is the start of a new blue era.
Yeah.
Roy Smith says made up, get in. Jamie Kenyon says, do we now own the land or just control it? At the moment, we've put the deposit down, basically, haven't we?
It's the same as when you buy a house, though.
Yeah.
You buy a house, you put, once that you agree to put that deposit down, it's your house.
Yeah.
Same as when you buy a car or whatever, so yes, we own the land.
Keith Croxford says, call the ground Pride of Merseyside. Nah, that'll be called something like the Kit Kat Stadium. Whoever.
Kit Kats are nice, though.
Yeah, they are.
And you can dip them and say that's acceptable.
Good story.
That's acceptable.
That's for next week, the story. Ian Todd says, big day in the history of our club, the future is bright at Everton. Jake Altman says, very cool that the taxpayers won't have to foot the bill. They never were footing the bill. Stan Quinn says, a long way to go, but it's our land. Jay Jones, you've on again. It's too much. Too much time in your hands because you work on the railway. Joe Hibbert says, only caught the last bit on Sky. Will we actually own the stadium? Yes, we will, but we're not putting the money up front, it's a mortgage.
It's like buying a house.
Yeah, it's a mortgage.
Same as buying your house, mate.
Mick Higgins says exciting times ahead. Joel Swan says reckon it'll be sponsored by USM. Possibly so, yeah.
Megaphone.
Ewan Denton says, do you think that big players will like to sign for Everton if there's a big new stadium? Yeah. James Inman says no council funding for the stadium, but they are paying for the redevelopment of the area. Spot on.
Yeah.
Stephen Coley says name it the when Hibbert scores we riot stadium. Nah. Craig McMullen says, will we fund the stadium according to reports? Think the council will put their hand in the pocket for regeneration? Yes, that's what the council are doing. Right. What else have we got? Jamie Kenyon says, what about the tobacco warehouses? Won't someone please think of the tobacco warehouses? And
I'm sure someone will think of them.
Paul Brown says, condolences to the friends and families of the small ships. YNWA.
No further, nothing else to add to that.
John Doyle says, just goosebumps.
Yes, John. Yes, John.
Sean Isaac McMahon says, this is brilliant news. Well done, Everton. You're an amazing football club. James Dean says, I love the fact that we're sticking it to the Reds. Lol. James Dean.
Classic.
Terrible driver. John Doyle says, and we won't see Anfield from it. We might do.
No, we won't.
We don't know when the completion date is, I'm afraid. Daniel Teeling says the sleeping giants are on the way back. Yeah, give them a shake now. Rod Seeley says, what parts of Goodison would you take with us to the USM arena? The Winslow.
The pitch.
The Winslow as well.
All the mural on the ground.
Dixie Dean Chris Howgate says, Blue Family's about to grow. Nathan Cliff says, any idea how long it'll take to build? No. Probably best part of 2 years once it's all sorted, which could take 2 years as well, so it could be like 2021.
No, be before that.
Okay, that's
19.
Sam McPartland says, glad we are funding ourselves, but area being regenerated. You need to work on your grammar, young lady. Come on. And you've got a big test tonight. Go and study for it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be tweeting, well, not tweeting, but you know what I mean. Go and revise. Always revise.
Yes, Samantha.
And Matthew, if you're watching it, revise.
And sort your mates out.
Yeah.
And what happened to your bed? Isaac says, know where to walk my dog now.
By Anfield.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Dave Wild says, oh, great name, Dave Wild. Get it.
That is a
You
good
could be a TV presenter. The Really Wild Show.
I used to play footy with a Mark Wild. He was good footballer.
He says Sky need to do a 6-week special over the leaving Goodison like they did about Upton Park.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want any of that. Honestly, I don't.
I do.
Lisa Melvin says, I'll miss Goodison but happy to be moving. Come on, you Blues. What else have we got?
Yeah.
Do you think... Charlie Braddock says, do you think season ticket prices will suffer due to a new stadium?
Don't know,
but I think they'll try and make money out of obviously out of corporate
everything
more
else.
than anything else. Adam Davies says no running track then, close steep stands, please create good as an atmosphere. Yeah, a lot of people worried that because the council are involved and the Commonwealth Games are somehow was going to have a running track. Listen, the Commonwealth Games will last for 2 weeks. The new Goodison USM Kit Kat Stadium, Jaffa Cakes,
sponsored by Megaphone.
Yeah, Jaffa Cakes underlined, will last for 150 years or whatever, I don't know. I'll still be here, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so no, you know the words. It's a football stadium. When the Commonwealth Games come, they'll
Commonwealth Games want to play footy there. They can have a little game.
Yeah. Mark Hughes says, great to see ambition. Just need to do it with the players now. Get back to Stoke.
Or if you're the Mark Hughes that used to play for us, who's a centre half, he was decent. Then good luck to you, whatever you're doing.
Ed Bottomley. Ed, you in Detroit? Is that Ed Bottomley? Sad to say. I think you want to say sad to say, not sad to sad.
Yeah.
Goodbye to the old lady, but the time is right after all. The letdowns. Are we allowed to be excited? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just staying like that.
You're allowed to be excited.
Graham Nixon says, imagine hearing Z cards for the first time in there. John Doyle says, bring Dixie statue and build an Alex Young one. Dixie will be coming, of course.
Yeah.
Kevin Burke says, Dolmore Slope. I know what's a slope? Oh, slope.
Oh, a dome or
slope.
Slope? I was thinking, what's dome or slope?
No.
Oh, okay.
Adam Wilson says, Liverpool waterfront will be like Monaco soon. I don't know what the beach is.
No.
Tom Macron says, says, now on to the players, need some big names, yes. Richard Holland Hughes says, do you think the new stadium will have a retractable roof?
No.
Maybe, but I wouldn't use it out of a game. You might need it for the elements down there, but I wouldn't use it for a game. I like to feel the wind on my face. Carl Uwers says, what's 3 main things you'd hope the new stadium will have? Grass, seats,
on the roof,
and goals.
I'd have no spaces. So if it no wind to get in because it's freezing. I want it to be close to the pitch. Got to be close to
like
the pitch.
Juventus's.
And I want it all lit up like the Allianz Arena.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
That's what I want.
It's got to be like
just
lit
that.
up like a. It's got to be
like a beacon.
No. It's got to be lit up like the Griswold's house at Christmas.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's got to be lit up like.
National Christmas vacation.
Got to be lit up,
but with big, massive Everton crests.
Going down the US Stadium. Ooh. Darren Cowser says we need a revolutionary style stadium, curved sides so that the upper level layers are close to the pitch as well. I understand what you're talking about. I've seen that online. That pitch, yeah. I understand. Yeah. So the top bits are like that, basically.
Yeah. Not for me. I'll be on the lower.
Tom Cruise hanging off the side of him. Dave Wild says Etihad was used for the Commonwealth Games and the layout is fine. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Carl Young says shame for you that Lukaku will only play in it for 1 season. I think he'll probably have already left.
Well gone by then. But we'll have 15 other world stars. Your
big mank tit. Patrick Bryce.
Bit harsh.
Well, no, I'm not.
Glad you give him more abuse.
No, he's a Man United fan and he thinks he can come onto our channel and be funny when he can't be. Connor Pickford could get a plaque from one of the first turnstiles ever. Oh, by the way, I'm ripping out my seat when we go as well. None of this sell it back to me for
allegedly.
None of this sell it back to me for 150 quid. Oh no,
allegedly.
None of that nonsense.
The seat.
I want my brick in the wall to go too. Yeah, spot on. Christina Morgan. Jacob Taylor Black says never been happier than today. Best news about Everton in my lifetime. Going to miss Goodison, but glad my sister will go watching the Blues clinch titles on the Royal Blue Mersey.
You know what I want? Knowing the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And you get off the boat.
Fast tracks.
I'd love that. Fast passes to me seat to be amazing. No roller coasters. But as you're walking up, and they've got the block paving.
Oh yeah.
And it's got all the names on of everyone.
That's what we've got now, isn't it?
That's what we need to do on the ground.
And characters.
Up. I don't know whether we need characters, I'll be honest.
And Tower of Terror.
Yeah. Although it's
Guardians of the Galaxy now.
Them fellas, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm going. Matty Brock says, let's hope it shows Ron that we have ambition in the direction the club is going. Jeff Knight says, need to be designed to keep high winds out. Isaac Throwfall says, can't wait if I'm honest, we'll miss the old lady, but this is the greatest day in my blue life. See, that's a bit sad though, isn't it? That this is the great. I'm not saying you're sad, it's just that's a bit sad, isn't it? Sad.
It just shows you that we've been. Yeah, but you know what? You know the biggest thing that people should take from today? Right, okay, a lot of people, of course, they would have been excited, they wanted the King's Dock style pitches and all that. The biggest thing people should take from today is that this club is changing now, it's moving forward. For too long, we've just been sat in Goodison in the hope. Did you, be honest, 15 months ago, did you ever see this happening?
No, but I didn't see this coming like just over a year ago, to be honest.
That's what Wade was sat here going, I don't know whether, so how can we redevelop Goodison? How can we put an extra 4,000 seats in it?
Right,
So it's a big thing.
quick, gotta get through these. Let's have a look. Make it like, Benny Summer says, make it like Boca Juniors. Joel Mansell says, small boat megadrome.
That's a good name, yeah.
Tim Higgins says, watching this at 1:35 AM in Perth, Western Australia. Get in.
Who, Tim, is it?
Yeah.
Good morning, Tim. G'day, Tim.
Kane says, hope we win one last trophy before we move to the docks. Be nice to move to the ground with no bad records hanging over around our necks. Sign the car up now. Mayor being on Radio City, backtracking on 2-3 year time period. That's from Stephen Bickerstaff. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, Tim, we'll just give you the shout out. Calm down, mate.
They will be cautious though, won't they? Until they start filling the dock in and learning about the structures, they're not going to fully know, are they? So they've got to be cautious because he leaves himself wide open now.
Davey Heaton says, will the stadium affect our ambition to transfer market? No. I've already said that. Maxwell says, call me pessimistic, but there's a hell of a long way to go before bums are on seats. Yeah, well, we know that, but
you know, when you look at Tottenham Stadium, that started about 3 years, about 2 to 3 years
and they got knocked back a few times.
Yeah, and it was, you know, so there.
Joseph Tyrell says, safe standing.
Yes,
I'm all for safe standing.
Go and have a look at Orlando City if you're interested.
In
have a look what
sections.
they've just done in small bits.
Sam says she's with U-Bar's block paving. Paddy Brown says, with the names of Goodison, carry over to Bramley.
I'm quite sure they would.
Kick
hang
on.
And, oh, with the stands?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe lounges. Or seven. Could do. Who knows?
Phil Roberts says, loving these updates, watching from Eugene, Oregon.
That's right. Are you a Portland Timbers fan as well?
Right.
Let us know.
Carl Lewis says, should Everton...
Carl Lewis?
Yeah, Carl Lewis, yeah. He's just on the long jump.
For God's sake.
Carl Lewis says, should Everton approach the new stadium by using buy-ins, thinking and having low game season ticket prices and make sure they sell out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you make the money on
Alan Smith says, what the stadium going to look like?
First of all, Alan, thanks for that goal at Anfield 89.
Yeah, thank you.
And secondly, the stadium is going to have seats, grass and a roof. I don't know, no one's got a clue, mate.
Jeff Knight says, capacity 65,000, get season ticket priced right, 10,000 on general sale, full house every week, yes.
No, yeah.
No, someone just said, John Doe said we should have a funeral procession when Goodison goes, with all the Blues carrying their seat, each doing a laugh-a-thon around Anfield. Oh, no, it'd be boss. Like, get the away end, right? Get all the wood out the away end, and stick it on like a tugboat, and set it on fire on the Mersey. So it's like one of those Nordic.
Oh, as it goes on like a Nordic funeral.
Oh,
send it off like to sea,
like Darth Vader,
just to burn.
Like Darth Vader and Thor's mum as well, in Thor 2.
Well, we could just ask Liverpool if they want to move into our stadium, like they did with the last one.
Yep. Right, last couple now, because we're pressed for time. Jacob Taylor Black says, the Jeff Ollerhead Arena.
I'm Madsen just there, but it's got, we've got Bramley Moore, we're gonna score at Bramley Moore.
This is what it's like to be Everton. This is what it's like to be small.
You've got a big stand.
And we've got Bramley Moore.
Bramley Moore. Thanks, Jeff.
Right,
Yes, quality, Jeff.
Statue.
You know what he could have said as well at the start? Fabulous stadium, by the way.
Fabulous stadium, by the way. Everton J Hippolytas. I'm a Toffee all the way from St Lucia in the Caribbean, if you know where that is.
Yes,
it's in the Caribbean.
It's in the Caribbean. You told us.
Haha, I'm so happy you're on the up. Now I can stand up. All the glory supports over here. Ped and Baz, brilliant. Low. It says, I just said Seymour, and that's what it says, Seymour. Love Toffee TV, idiot. That was like Anchorman, that wasn't it?
No,
Seymour!
Just threw that in for the hell of it.
Dixie Dome. Yeah. Liverpool fans doing Viking funerals, Norwegians. Right, that's all we've got time for. Thank you for watching us on Facebook Live. I know it messed up the first time I did it, but by the time I got it sorted, Baz was here, so it was all good. Thanks for watching. We're on the up the Toffees. Go and watch our other video where we give you a tour of Bramley Moore Dock. Go and watch that, and if you fancy it, go on to patreon.com/Toffee TV ESC to see exclusive videos that don't go on YouTube. Thanks very much. See you later.